Welcome back to 25 Days of Disney. I'm Amanda.
I'm Jennifer.
And we have a guest today.
I am DJ.
The baby of the group.
Damn!
So, today...
Got him.
I only hope that we never lose sight of one thing, that it was all started by a mouse.
Be a man. We must be swift as a coursing river, man. With all the force of a great typhoon. Be a man. With all the strength of a raging fire. Mysterious as the dark side of the moon. Please welcome.
Today, we are going to be talking about movies coming out next year in the new decade, 2020.
Yes, and people said, you thought 2019 was big with the movies? Wait till 2020.
Oh my god, there's such a big lineup this year. I'm excited.
So the first one that's going to be coming out, I don't know if there's some in January, but the first one on our list is Call of the Wild, February 21st. That is the one with Harrison Ford. Yes. Don't know much about it, but...
It's weird that I haven't even seen a trailer for it, and it's coming out so soon.
I believe it's with a dog.
I cheated. I pulled up. So the whole movie is like, it's a short adventure novel by a man known as Jack London, published in 1903. It's set in Yukon, Canada, back when dog sledding was actually in very high demand.
Okay.
So I think it's going to have very similar vibes to... I can't
Balto?
Probably Balto. There was another movie way back in like 2000, where it's like a kid wants to race his father's dogs. Huh?
Snow Dogs?
Yeah, I think it might have been Snow Dogs or something like that.
With,
A kid was competing in an adult dog sled movie, and it seems like this movie seemed very similar to that. Because, like...
Is this going to be live action or cartoon?
Live action.
Okay.
More than likely.
The one, I think the dog
Oh,
is
it's 100% live action.
Harrison Ford, I should have figured.
The next one is Onward, March 6th. I'm very excited about this. Tom Holland is in it and Chris Pratt.
Oh,
What a
that
dynamic
one.
duo.
That's the one where they're brothers, right?
I don't know. There's
then
just a bunch of magical creatures all over the place.
Oh, okay. I've seen the trailer for this one a lot. But maybe it's because I mostly see kids movies, and that's what they pertain to when it comes to advertisements.
I'm trying to think what else the premise of this movie is.
I know there's something about finding their dad.
I can cheat.
Yes, you could go for it.
It's about two teenage elf brothers, Ian and Barley Lightfoot, which I think is a really interesting name. Lightfoot, but yet you're an elf. But anywho, they go on a journey to discover if there's still a little magic left out there to spend one last day with their dad who just died recently.
Oh, is it where they walk around and the dad only gets, he's only a pair of pants and they can't get the full figure?
Yeah, I believe so. And the art, so it's an animated film.
So
yeah.
It's not going to be Disney Pixar, is it Pixar?
I think it might.
I don't know if it's just Disney Animation or if it's Disney Pixar.
But it's going under drama fantasy though, so that's going to be an interesting.
The next live action is Mulan, March 27th.
I'm so excited for
I'm
this.
very excited.
I will admit I'm not very excited about it, but you guys can talk about this.
So, people are not excited because of a lack of music that's going to be in there and no Mushu.
Yeah.
I get it because they're trying to stick to the actual historical story. There is a real legend of Mulan, and they're trying to make it more accurate to the legend. So I get it, and I'm actually really excited for this because I actually enjoyed, trying to read up on the quote unquote true story. It being so long ago, we don't know what's true, but.
Yeah, I also
So
agree that
exciting.
they're sticking with like the whole historical thing. It brings like a new side of it. Like, oh, you guys want like the more fun way to learn about it, there's Mulan. But if you want like a more serious approach, I guess you can go to the live action one.
Yes.
But then the most common reason I'm excited for it, a person I know, like I've watched, like a guy from a podcast I watch, he got invited personally to join in the movie. He's so excited. He said the movie was great to do. And he said his name's Jimmy Wong. He's on the Command Zone podcast for Magic the Gathering. He was describing how everyone was super nice to work with. The film was done so with relative ease. He says it's going to be a fantastic movie.
That's exciting.
And I think what's been going on is because they've put out so many live action now that are so it's parallel with the animation that's why, like for me, why I'm not excited, because they're taking that route in a sense almost like what Jungle Book kind of went.
Yeah.
And where it's steering clear. It's not steering clear, but it's not as parallel to the animation where it was like shot per shot with the screen footage, like when they opened Lion King up.
Yeah.
And with even though Beauty and the Beast put in more of a storyline, that's still it was still staying more true. Which this is gonna be all like, there's gonna be like Mushu and what's his name's not gonna be in it. Not Shang.
Shang?
Yeah, General
Is it Shang? Yeah.
General
Okay,
Shang.
Shang.
What are you trying to describe?
The main guy with Mulan.
Oh.
I can't think of his
The
name.
romantic
at the moment.
interest.
Oh,
Romantic
General
interest.
Shang. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shang, who he he sings I'll Make a Man Out of You. Like that's not gonna be in there. That makes me a little sad because I like that song a lot.
It is one of the most iconic songs with the movie, but I like how they're still staying with like the general focus. Like, father needs to send a son, doesn't have a son, will send himself. Daughter goes, I ain't about that life. Goes in there and it's just gonna be the most awesome person she can be. Just be like, I am a woman, but I'm doing your job better than you ever can. That's like the whole general story of Mulan, which I think is really cool. Also, unrelated note, if you guys ever noticed this, the Mulan picture of the animated movie, the sword, she has a regular smooth face, but when she does the man transformation, her face bulks up and nobody ever realizes the difference.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah.
Unless it's the power of makeup with the makeup side that hides the sharper edges and makes you look more smooth. Makeup was thick.
Hashtag highlight.
Pretty much.
So since Disney and 20th Century Fox are together, the New Mutants is on the list for April 3rd, and this is going to be has to do with X-Men.
Oh, this may be the first X-Men movie without Hugh Jackman.
I don't know. I know you're an X-Men fan, so I figured you had something to say about this. So.
This one's more of a horror themed movie.
Yes, it goes under fantasy action though. It's probably going to be like that type of eerie kind of movie, like
Logan.
I think it would go towards the direction of Logan. Let's see, what else is there for like?
I hope they
I
bring
can't think of
X-23.
any.
X-23, was that her name in Logan? Yeah. I hope they bring her into it.
Yeah, so honestly, the cast list looks pretty good.
I was never into the X-Men stuff, so I know you guys are, so you have more to say than me.
Well, it looks more like it's set before and or after, like judging by how it's setting. Like they're using younger actors in this too.
I haven't watched any of the trailers for it. New Mutants, I'm excited for, and I'm gonna have to look up some trailers for that.
Next up is Black Widow, May 1st.
I'm also very excited for that because she finally gets her own standalone movie.
And then we get to see who else they bring into it. There has been talk about Robert Downey Jr. being in it.
Oh.
Well, because it takes time period before he died.
Yeah, it's a prequel.
True.
I believe this is like how I believe. From what I've read on Reddit, this is like her coming into how she got like recruited by Samuel Jackson
so they
playing Nick Fury.
They have her sister in it and then her dad. That's in the trailer, they show that portion. So it'll be very interesting. It looks very, very action, like martial art type, like fighting packed. So it was a very rough like trailer when you watch it.
Yeah.
It's just like boom, boom, boom. There's like all these action sequences. So that'll be interesting.
That's
So,
exciting.
and it's just, they're gonna, I always think it's funny because Scarlett Johansson had so many different hairstyles as Black Widow, so they're gonna be going through these, if they show different stages, they'll have her with her different hairstyles.
Yeah.
Yeah, something I'm wondering though, if they've been able to pull this off, like beating a dead horse at some point because he has passed away, Rip Stan Lee. I wonder if they actually were able to film a Stan Lee cameo before his passing was in this movie, or somehow, are they gonna, if he's not in it, if they found a way to do it without actually using him, like a picture of him and like, yeah, this is like my dad and his uncle, it's just Stan Lee with his arm around the dad, which I think would be really cool because like you can never take away a Stan Lee cameo.
Yeah.
That's
I
like
hope
what-
they put some sort of cameo in there.
Yeah, like a random tiny statue or like some,
You know,
or somebody
maybe
going
something
Excelsior.
like
His catchphrase.
Something like that. The next, I don't know anything about this.
Yeah.
Artemis Fowl.
Yeah.
I've heard of the books. They were very popular when I was around early high school age, so around 2004. They were extremely popular. It was just not a series I was into at the time. And it was one of those where people come tell you need to read this, you need to read this, you need to read this. I don't want to read it now. I mean, you're going to push me to read it, I don't want to read it.
Yeah, that's all I know. It's just based off of a popular book series.
So the description of it though on Google, describing what the movie's about, it does spark a genuine interest. It says Artemis Fowl is a 12-year-old genius and descendant of a long line of criminal masterminds. He soon finds himself in an epic battle in a race of powerful underground fairies who may be behind his father's disappearance. and the movie goes under fantasy and sci-fi.
I have a feeling this is gonna be one of those movies where people who haven't read the book are gonna like it, and people who have are gonna hate it.
Probably.
Because that's what always happens.
Next on the list is Soul. This one, I don't know if I'm gonna be really excited to see or not. This is Pixar's film for the year, June 19th. It's very similar from what I can see of a concept like Inside Out.
Yeah, that's what I noticed too. This is one I'm not sure I want to go see in theaters. I might wait for it to come onto one of the streaming services.
We'll see. When we see more advertising for it, we'll figure out what we want to do.
Yeah, because the trailers I've seen are not very descriptive in what has happened. I'm very confused, and it doesn't engage me that much.
Like, I don't know, like, it's not, like, I know, like, the guy falls into the manhole, but it's like, does he technically die temporarily?
Right.
And that's why his soul's walking around. Then he comes out, like, he wants to accomplish something in life to be known for it. And that's when they bring up all, like, there's a lot of jazz music and that type of music playing in the trailer. So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see what more
the movie's
stuff
built
comes out.
off of. He's basically just a high school teacher who dreams of playing at a big fancy club. Which, reading this, I don't agree with the title calling it Soul, but like we don't know because we haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
Judging by the description and what the trailer is giving off, it looks like it should have been titled The Blue Note, because that's what seems like the general theme. Like he wants to learn jazz to play at this big fancy club called The Blue Note.
Well, soul, usually they say music, there's soul within the music, but it's also
Soul
their
music,
soul, like in Inside Out, is to be this little figure character.
It's because it's the soul. When he falls in the manhole cover, he dies. And that's his soul walking around.
Yeah, but I will go see it because I personally think jazz is a very underrated type of genre of music.
So we'll see what goes on when more trailers come out. Next is Free Guy, that is July 3rd, and that is a 20th Century Fox movie, well, with Disney, and Ryan Reynolds is in this.
Oh, I saw a picture for that. I haven't seen a trailer, but I've seen a picture.
I've watched the trailer, and I'm so excited.
I watched the trailer today.
So it's basically about an NPC, which is a non-playable character, who wants to become sentient. So basically what's happening when the trailer, he's living his normal gaming day life, getting hit in the face, going, "Hi, how's it going?" Banksy Robin. Hey.
Nothing bad happens to him.
Yeah, he just goes, "Man, I'm really tired of this day-to-day thing." Well, when the robbers drops the gaming glasses, they're a real player, he realizes he's in a video game. So he's learning his existence and is trying to change all that. And I think it's really amazing because Ryan Reynolds has that kind of cartoony voice with stuff like Deadpool, Green Lantern.
It reminds me a little bit of Ready Player One, some of the stuff.
Yeah, but I think
a mixture between Wreck-It Ralph, Ready Player One.
Oh boy.
I can see this movie capturing more of a cartoonish feel though compared to Ready Player One. Like Ready Player One had like a quote-unquote sort of serious vibe. I think this is more meant to be like more childish, like I'm Ryan Reynolds.
Comedy in it, yeah. I don't know if this one has been rated yet, so I don't know if this is a it would be PG or PG-13. I cannot tell from the trailer. Because it sounds like that sometimes they're joking around about stuff that might be more adult reference.
Not yet rated.
Yeah, so we're not sure yet. Next is Jungle Cruise.
There's an R rating.
What? That's gonna be rated R?
It has an R rating.
Alright.
I assume it's because of gun violence being depicted, because a guy actually has a gun getting shot in a bank.
Okay. Well, parents, just be aware, even though Ryan Reynolds is funny, the kids might want to see it, it looks like it's be rated R, so watch out for ratings.
Yes.
Next is Jungle Cruise. Jungle Cruise is a ride at Disneyland and at Disney World, and Dwayne The Rock Johnson's gonna be in this with
Emily Blunt.
Emily Blunt, yes, who was Mary Poppins.
Oh!
And so, like, the Jungle Cruise, like, it's when you're at the parks, like, you go in this little skipper boat and you go through, like, the jungle, and, like, there's, like, these animatronic, like, hippos and different stuff that you go through. This is, like, it could be a total adventure type film, action adventure type thing. So, it looks pretty interesting. So, and I want to say this was a film that was supposed to come out a little bit earlier, and then they pushed it back. This is July 24th.
Okay.
Next is The Internals, and I'm so confused about this. They just announced this past summer. How the heck is this going to be ready for November 6th? That's why I'm like, am I reading this right? Like, I'm actually serious. I would have thought this would have been for 2021, not 2020.
Sounds like it might become a rush job.
And I don't know.
Where the quality goes.
Yeah, so it seems like it's gonna be like a comic book based movie, sort of.
Well, this is a Marvel movie.
Well, I don't think these are pictures. I think it's from like what it's based off of. But I don't know if it's the movie itself is gonna be how Miles Morales, Into the Spider-Verse was, how like a comic book kind of detail.
Oh.
I don't know if it's gonna be like that, but it has Angelina Jolie in it though. that's gonna be interesting because I've never.
Yeah, and there's this other actress that's in it. I hope that with the success Marvel had so far, I hope that they're not gonna pump stuff out just to pump it out to make have more comic book series within Marvel come alive, and then they just don't. Well, we want to put the most popular actors and actresses in, and just I just hope it doesn't take a turn south after how well they've done. I don't know.
Right.
That's just me. I have a feeling it's I don't know.
You don't want them to pump it out just for the sake of pumping it out. You know, they want to make more money off of it because, you know, the Endgame series, you know, the Infinity War saga went so well that they need a new way to capture audiences with Marvel base. So it's going to be that's going to be one of their trials and possibly an error. We'll see how it goes.
So we'll see how that is. Next is, I'm gonna say this wrong. Is it Raya or Raya?
I think Raya. Say it's Raya.
Raya and the Last Dragon. This is going to be another one coming out of just their Walt Disney Pictures animation. This looks like the way how they have the font. It almost looks like the Moana font.
Oh.
And this is going to be November 25th. So like next Thanksgiving.
Okay, that's exciting.
And there's been no trailer out for it. It was just, there was concept art.
Concept art looks really nice. Like it has like a nice little watercolor type theme to it and everything too.
I just saw the name of the last movie that's going to be on here, and
I'm pumped for this one.
Oh my god.
The next one is West Side Story from 20th Century Fox.
I have the red DVD.
Boy.
I have the red DVD set that has a script with it.
Watch, Jesse was singing Officer Krumke.
Okay. Let's pick up
that is December 18th.
Before I get totally turned off now into West Side Story, let's just not really.
Don't worry about it.
Basically, Romeo and
Oh
Juliet.
wait. Oh, I know what this is. It's basically like modern Romeo and Juliet. This person likes one thing, this person likes the other thing, but they just.
Not Natalie Portman.
Natalie Wood.
Natalie Wood was Maria in the original.
She's in this?
Yeah, in the very original movie.
In the original, so they're doing a remake of it, and I'm so excited
I
about
hope they
this.
do it justice. I wonder if they're going to keep it in the same time frame too.
I don't know if they are. We'll have to see.
Let's see. I don't know, because essentially with how Romeo and Juliet was Capulet against Montague. West Side Story was white people against Puerto Ricans. I wonder whether
Sharks and the Jets.
But it was a lot of racism, and racism played a big part in West Side Story specifically. And because it wasn't just against the gangs, it was against all the people. But
Officer Krumke, you done it again.
So quick reaction. This West Side Story involves a lot of dancing, obviously, judging by the direction.
the end fighting.
So what I'm kind of excited for now is, I don't know if you guys know this, Sia? Is how you say her name?
Yeah.
Do you guys know the dancer she always brings on stage? Her name's
Yes.
Maddie Ziegler. She's in this movie.
Oh my god, she's awesome.
She's a fantastic dancer.
I
She's awesome.
watched her on Dance Moms, which is a horrible show.
Okay, guys, so hopefully you're pumped up for 2020 movies just like us. We will see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye.
Well, that's how the Pirates of the
Caribbean.
Caribbean was based off of a ride.
See, I claim to be a pirate, but I've never actually watched Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah, so that was based off.
You've never watched it?
Really
I've never watched it fully through because, like, I never had a chance to fully watch it either. So Disney Plus or something, please.
That's a movie you watch with me.
Yeah, and me.
And him. And Cleus. If you enjoyed me, give this video a thumbs up.